Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness!
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
We are live, everybody, on the CouchSoup, which is a channel
It
that
is.
sounds delicious.
You're not wrong.
It
Doesn't
does.
It is a channel.
This is Trailer Talk, and normally on Trailer Talk, guys, and I'm probably preaching to the choir. I know Stephanie and Pagan, you know this, but we normally just watch one trailer, and it's kind of like, here's a trailer, we're gonna talk about it, we break it down, we give our reactions.
Yeah.
And sometimes, but this time it's special. Comic-Con just landed. And not just like Comic-Con, like Comic-Con Indiana or Comic-Con Kentucky. This is Comic-Con. Like, this is the San Diego Comic-Con. This is like this is the Godzilla of cons. This is the Mega Con. I mean, or if you're a Kong fan, this is the King Kong of cons. This I don't even. Have either of you been to San Diego Comic Con before?
I've always wanted to go. I've always.
No. Okay.
I
Let
always
me
wanted to
just
go
set
as
the
well, but
stage.
apparently it's like a tuna, like it's like sardines, like scrambled. So I was like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't. The stats have probably gone. I'm probably gonna murder the stats, but it's something like, so. It's in San Diego, which is a beautiful city. It's like, it's an amazing city, amazing location. The conference center that houses the con is like right on the water. So you can like exit the back of the con, and like you're seeing like, ocean, like ships, and there's like ships docked where there's parties are going on. Like it's insane. It's like you're partying on boats, like if you're like with Kevin Smith, and then you can go into the city side, and it's like all like walking, and like all of the studios have taken over like restaurants and spaces, and they've like,
So
some of them have like redecorated the places to look like your favorite nerd thing, whether that's like, hey, we recreated the Tron arcade, or Flynn's arcade, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane. It's like, it's literally
So
like
cool.
you've walked into another world. There's like off-site events going on. There's rooftop parties, there's pool parties, there's cocktails, there's celebrities walking the streets, there's celebrities walking in the con. And it's so close to LA that all the celebrities can drive down for the day, do their little panel, and then they can drive up or just hang out for the parties. It's literally like, I don't, it's like Disney World for nerds. It's kind of like that. You're right, though. It's like 300,000 people descend on this city for 5 days. It is
Yeah.
insane. It's chaos. But here's the deal. It's 300,000 nerds. So it's like the happiest people ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like 300,000 MMA fighter fans that are just gonna beat the shit out of each other or stab
that'd be
everybody.
brutal.
It's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's nerds. So it's like, when you bump into somebody, you're like, oh my god, and you turn around, it's like some dope cosplayer. You're like, oh my god, that's the coolest cosplay, and there everybody's high fiving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, hey, jackass, get out of my way. It's very like,
All in
everybody's
the
super
game is
cool,
like it's
super
the
friendly.
Yeah, it's the nerd Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's so
good.
cool. If you listen, I don't recommend going to San Diego every year. You'll get burned out. It's rough.
Okay.
The lines are long. If you want to get into Hall H for something, you're in line for like a day. You know what I'm saying? You literally have to miss out on a day to get into some panels
Okay.
that you really want to see. It's great if you're well connected. It's even better if you're like super connected. But if you're just a casual fan and you just want to experience it and walk the con, there's nothing like it. The studios go all out on the floor. There's like floor to ceiling, like it's like towers of like where you can like experience. There's things you can experience and walk into and take photos of. Like, if Walking Dead always has zombies, and like IGN or Warner Brothers always has a big booth. They have like signing tables. You're walking by, there's a celebrity signing. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's literally craziness. And on top of that, every studio comes and brings their A game, and they drop some fucking dope trailers. And that's what they did this year. And it's been 2 years since so Comic Con was remote for the last 2 years. Is the first year was in person. I didn't go, but normally I do, but this year I didn't. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess let me break it down. Is there anything that from the news, Pagan, Stephanie, that you saw that you're like, this is what excites me about Comic Con, or from this year, any announcements?
Yeah, I can do it in a second. Is there was stream okay? Sorry, was it lagging a bit?
Mm.
You might have just seen
Oh.
like half my
I
face
don't
cut
know.
off there because I was trying to see if there was an error. There was an error on YouTube, but
Oh, weird. Let me look.
can somebody just check before we start going to like what I'm so excited for?
Yeah, let me. I'll do a deep dive on the YouTubes.
On YouTube's, I might just be able to close this tab.
It's okay. Matt says it's okay now.
Huh.
I usually
Wonder why.
close the window once I pop out the chat. Otherwise,
Yeah, I've just closed that window.
I start to lag.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
that one closed on my end.
Ian says it's closed. It's okay now. I'm Matt as well.
Okay.
It stuttered, but seems to be
Alright.
okay. Okay. That's probably just my internet or my PC, so I'm sorry. So with like San Diego Comic Con, I have to say I was a little underwhelmed.
Okay.
A little
Okay.
underwhelmed. I was just like,
Nothing-
kind of expecting something cool, but yeah, nothing really great. I mean, obviously we got like Wakanda, and you've got like a lot of things that are really cool, but nothing that I was like, yeah, it's just dope. There was a lot of oh sorry, that's just me being away from the mic, Ryan. Sorry. There was a lot of rumors that they were going to announce something with Superman. And that obviously like the DC panel happened and nothing happened, and I was like, well, that's shit. So yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's news media strumming up a bunch of stuff that had no right to strum up, and then people they were just,
Yeah, no, that's very true. Like, so I was suckered into the hype, and sadly we didn't get anything. But yeah, so I was just a little underwhelmed. I was expecting a lot more. We did get, however, the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power trailer. That's kind of like extended. That fucking trailer, though, holy shit, that was so good.
Solid. Solid.
I came downstairs. I was upstairs at the time, and I was recording. And then at my husband was like, "I have a headache because I gasped so hard at this trailer. So get down here right now and watch the trailer with me." And I was watching the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like, and I definitely wasn't expecting a gasp, and I totally even forgot he said it to me. And then halfway through, I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, it's probably nothing." And then it ends with how it ends. I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. And it ends with how it ends, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So we both ended up being like, "Right, it's right." So that was pretty cool. That was probably the hypiest moment of SDCC that I thought was pretty cool.
What?
I'm on the same boat. I think there were some trailers, but like I think the problem is like it's been away. Like this Comic-Con has been gone for like a couple of years, so a lot of the stuff that they did announce, like I've kind of already known about or seen stuff. Like maybe like it came up before Comic-Con, so then it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I saw that 2 days ago. Or I think the one thing, I mean, it's not something I'm like excited for, but it was really fucking cute, was the I Am Groot teaser that they had. Yeah. Oh my god, I was like, this is adorable. I will I don't care about content. I will be watching this. Plot? I don't know.
There's a moment in the I'm Groot trailer where I think he farts a leaf, and I'm like, do I want this? I don't know. Like, I was sort of like, is that the content what is happening right now? I was just sort of confused, but also like, I don't know. I didn't know where to go with that.
It'll be your introduction for Miles to Marvel.
Yeah.
He's little baby.
Yeah.
Family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so there were a lot of oh, sorry, go ahead, Steph. What?
Oh no, you can go. All good.
Yeah, I'll just run down the trailers that they dropped and big announcements. John Wick trailer dropped. There's a Shazam: Fury of the Gods trailer finally dropped. Their Black Adam, an extended teaser for Black Adam. Pagan, you already mentioned Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Another She-Hulk trailer. Obviously that's no news there. I mean, but again, listen. For all you She-Hulk haters, I think this is going to be a good show. I'm actually kind of excited for it. Wakanda Forever, I think, is probably what sucked all the wind out of everybody. That trailer dropped unexpectedly. I don't think anybody was expecting Wakanda, like them to be a trailer, probably an announcement. At least not a trailer of that magnitude. Like
I was expecting a teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, more of like, here's the logo and like a couple images of things, but it's a pretty Dungeons. So this is what you were saying. A Dungeons and Dragons trailer dropped, but that kind of dropped like a few days before Comic-Con, so it wasn't. Everybody was sort of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was sort of a couple things I was excited about. We saw a little bit more of a teaser for Star Trek Picard. I'm on the fence on Picard as a series as a whole, but Season 3 is bringing back the entire, or not the entire cast of Next Generation, but the main cast of Star Trek Next Generation. So for Star Trek nerds, it's kind of like, oh wow, this is interesting. There's not much to show. They're just kind of like VO faces. There's a National Treasure trailer dropped. Teen Wolf trailer. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's a thing, I guess. Teen Wolf, the movie.
Yeah.
Where the show left off. An extended House of the Dragon trailer. There's a Sandman show coming out. There's a trailer that launched a while ago, but this is a longer trailer from Neil Gaiman, who is, I think, the showrunner of that, perhaps. You mentioned I Am Groot. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur trailer. There's two Walking Dead trailers. And I can't believe that show's still going on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, same.
11 seasons or something. I don't even understand what's going on. Haven't they solved killed them all? All the Walking Deads are dead. Barbarian clip dropped. Little Demon. We get to see the Dragon Prince. Season 2, I think, or season 4, sorry. An Interview with the Vampire, and then C. And then I think there was also a Transformers cartoon trailer dropped with our good friend Alan Tudyk playing.
Oh, that's dope.
On that. Cool. Yeah, super cool. I mean, and I guess I hear you. It's, you know what, it was funny when you talk about underwhelming. It didn't feel like, it wasn't like, Star Wars has always been sort of absent for a while on Comic-Con. They do their own thing. They have their own Star Wars MegaCon.
Yeah.
Marvel typically has exited for a while. Now they're back. You know, because Marvel usually has their own sort of announcement schedules, but I was surprised how big they came to Comic-Con this year. And I think another thing that was surprising was the battle DC versus Marvel. It felt like a very much like Saturday was sort of like Xbox versus PlayStation. This was DC versus Marvel. And you have like DC like, hey, check this out. We're going to show you this badass Shazam trailer. You guys say, yeah, Shazam. Then we're like, check it out, Black Adam. The Rock's here. He like floats down. There's like lightning. It's like The Rock. He's doing it's like, it's over the top. It's crazy. Everyone's like, holy shit, DC. Yeah, how are you going to top that, Marvel? And then Marvel's like, hold my beer.
Then you drop a Wakanda Forever trailer.
Yeah, no shit. It was sort of like, oh, wow. Not only did they drop like the like Wakanda Forever trailer, I Am Groot, whatever, She-Hulk, sure, why not? But they literally announced the entire slate of Phase 4 through 6 or whatever to like 2025, like every movie that's coming out and show on Disney Plus. I mean, like the fact that you have that much planning and foresight, hats off to Kevin Feige for like fucking just bringing it. It was just sort of like, I was like reminiscent to back in the day when like, I guess like Xbox was like, hey, here's our new console. And then PlayStation's like, yeah, but here's our new console. And it's like backwards compatible. And it does all this fucking shit. And, you know, and everyone's like, oh, hey, Xbox, up your fucking game. You know, it was very reminiscent of like who came to play. But I felt like those were the two biggest stories out of Comic-Con. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we jump into Wakanda and then, because I feel like that sort of once that aired, it sort of sucked the wind out of, I guess, everything.
It's true.
From a, it sort of just everybody was like, that's all anybody can talk about.
Well, and how long has it been since the first movie came out? It's been what, like 5-6 years?
It's been I don't know. That's a good question.
It's a big,
help us out on that.
That's a good question. I was very curious to see how they would do it with Chadwick Boseman. Without Chadwick Boseman, obviously, because I was like, this is gonna be awful, and I hope that I'm just not a fan of like replacing characters with a different actor. Obviously, if it's like integral to the script or whatever, like they're like, yeah, well, we have to continue this person's story, then I can understand. But I just kind of hope it was 4 years ago. Thanks, guys.
4 years.
I was just like, I really kind of hope that they're just going to acknowledge and like pay tribute and homage to Chadwick Boseman in the film, which is very evident in here that they do. So I'm very excited for this.
I'm sure they'll start off with it and it'll just kind of linger throughout the film. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't
yeah,
really
I
watched the
mean-
trailer yet, so
Great.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
excited. I'm coming in fresh. I held off.
I honestly couldn't. I think I've
Well
seen
played,
half
well
of this
played.
trailer because anytime you go on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, it's already, you know, on the autoplay when you start sliding your
Oh.
thing, it's already autoplayed. And I was like, oh, this is cool. What's this? And then I realized it's Wakanda Forever. I was like, oh, no, son of a, fuck. I'm trying to avoid this trailer for God's sake.
No.
Social media. Really
Yeah,
hates
the
it.
moment it was announced, I
Yeah.
was like, click, you got my view.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Shut up, take my money.
I'll
Marvel.
go back after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch
Yeah.
this puppy.
All right.
Wakanda Forever dropping.
Let's go. I'm gonna start. Oh, actually, let me just adjust your face there, Drew. You got like your nose cut off. Hold on one second. There you go. You're good. You're good.
No nose jobs for
Perfect.
Drew.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I was trying to give him subtle hints through the YouTube stream, but it's all good. It's not as subtle as I thought it would be. But sure. We'll
I
be
don't know,
fine.
how do I do?
You'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna hit play in
It's
3,
my poop face.
2, 1, play.
Aw.
No woman, no cry.
Stunning.
Well, that doesn't look like Wakanda.
Little darling,
No.
don't shed
be
no
Atlantis.
tear.
This does.
Oh, I just got chills.
Fucking love this. Sorry, it got very aggressive there, Halls.
It's beautiful.
Good friends we
It's
have,
stunning.
and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future,
Wow.
don't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
This looks like potentially another.
Little wings.
I was like, I wonder if that's
It's like it gives
a
you
different
goosebumps.
tribe.
Ooh. Now that looks cool. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. Is that that? I feel like it's gonna be alright. Oh. Who's he?
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my
Yes, you
entire
are,
family
queen.
is gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there it is.
not given
There he is.
everything.
your entire family?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
It's so good.
So
Okay, that's pretty dope.
yes.
Ooh, who was that?
Yes.
Wow.
Sick. Oh my god.
Wow.
Wait, did that say like
Wow. I
November?
mean,
Like this year?
Did.
yeah.
This year.
This year.
No, wait, what the
Yeah,
fuck? I
it's
did not
coming
see
out.
that before. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, it's
Wow.
coming in hot.
Wow. I think
Coming in
Angela
real
Bassett
hot.
is unreal.
She's
Right?
queen. She's oh,
Dude,
she's a goddess.
she is queen. Literally, yeah. Wow. Taking up the mantle. You know, this,
Wow.
what a great trailer. It's reminiscent. I feel like there's a good trend for trailers, and I'm really digging it. Like we saw it with Avatar, we saw it with Mission Impossible. This idea that like you don't need wall-to-wall VO, you don't need like a huge amount of like explosions and jump cuts, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's like set the tone, set
Yeah.
the stage. Let us feel something.
Yeah.
Let us consume this, right? Let us understand. Like be more artful in what you're showing and what you're saying. Like literally the only lines in this are Angela Bassett, like, you know, I am the most powerful, you know, the queen of the most powerful. I mean, that's it. And then the rest is just music and a vibe, some really beautiful edits and Pellman hits, and just like really like there's like a score that's going underneath like Bob Marley's No Woman No Cry. That's like a I forget. I'm not
So
sure who's
good.
doing the remake. And then it mixes with Kendrick Lamar's Am I Right?
Right?
Like the way they've married score with like No Woman No Cry with like Kendrick Lamar when the images ramp up. I mean, they must have spent so much time. Like it's so purposeful. Everything in this trailer just feels on point. And then to drop it at Comic-Con, dude, well played.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know.
Totally
I mean,
agreed.
I could go on and on. I mean, what do you guys thinking?
I think this is how you do a trailer without telling us anything. Like they have put so much in this trailer that's like whatever 2.5 minutes. I can't tell you what the story's about. I can't tell you if there's going to be a new main character. I can't tell you if it's going to be his sister. I can't tell you if it's just going to be about his mom. Like
I know.
I literally don't know. I don't know anything about the story. There's obviously different tribes here. All I know is that it's clearly a celebration of Chadwick Boseman, of Africa, of women, of African women, and I fucking love that. Especially like this section here, like celebrating African dance and culture. And for anybody who doesn't know, I'm South African. I was born in South Africa, and that is so close to home for me that I just love that. Like I just love to see that in movies, and I love the representation here. So this looks fucking dope. I'm so in. Like from the beginning, where we kind of see Lupita Nyong'o's character here on the beach in whatever sick armor or outfit she's in. I'm like, damn, that's so fucking dope.
When they're doing all
I think she's wearing Atlantean armor. She's sort of like a spy for Wakanda, so she sort of like integrates into like cultures. And so I think she's on Atlantis, which is where Namor the Submariner is. Who's the villain in this? Villain, every.
You didn't get that from the trailer, though, right? Like, did you look that up?
No. Well, I mean,
I looked it up.
You can imply things. Listen. I'm a nerd. I go through shit frame by frame, and I kind of fucking piece together shit. I'm such a trailer nerd, guys. Like, I love fucking.
Atlanteans.
I
That
love
makes fucking sense,
coming
man.
up with theories. So it's sort of not widely known, but it's been known that Atlantis and Namor was going to be the villain
That's cool.
of this film. And he's sort of like a misunderstood villain. Like he's sort of like, obviously he sort of has his reasons, right? Just kind of like Michael B. Jordan's character did.
Yeah. Do we see him
I was
here?
just
Like, you
thinking
see this guy here in the sea with the big headdress? That him?
Yeah, that's him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, there's another shot of him. He's got his hand up. It's near the end. You get a better shot of his face.
Like, nose ring.
And there's that's him in like the green armor. You see him as a little kid, and then it cuts to him like walking out of the water towards Atlantis, like on a beach, and he's all like jacked up and bulked up.
Oh, really?
And so like he's half half human and half Atlantean. So most Atlanteans are blue. This kind of feels like Avatar when you watch it, and you're sort of like what's with the blue people?
It is totally a little bit
feels like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Is this a crossover? James Cameron crossover?
It did cross my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watched it first, I was like, huh.
Totally.
This is not an Avatar crossover. Surely that can't be right. Like the properties are different.
It would be kind of incredible, but also awesome. Maybe I don't know. In my mind, I'm sort of like, do I want that? Maybe I do.
I don't know if our brain can handle that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This trailer was just so beautiful, and like I love all the underwater shots. Like I really love like, what's his name? Norm. Norman?
Namor?
Sorry. When he's a baby in the beginning, he's like, his mom's just like giving birth to him, and like it just is so beautiful with the light coming through the water. And like
is that what,
going
like, we're
back
gonna see
to
his
like
story? That's his birth story?
Yeah, I believe so. Because you see his like winged feet as a baby.
You
He's
do?
got little
How
winged
did you
feet.
fucking see
Yeah.
that?
He's got little
Yeah,
wings
so like on
his
Oh
ankle.
my
wings on
god,
his
you're
feet.
so
Yeah, on his ankle.
right.
Yeah, he's a
How do
little
you see?
winged
You
feet.
guys fucking, you have like 2020 vision. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of like he's like the Aquaman of Marvel's universe. He's kind of has similar powers, super strong, like incredibly strong kind of like vibe. Can kind of has like some telepathy with fish. Like I think in the comics he can fly, which is kind of weird. I don't think they're gonna go there in
Interesting.
this.
Sure.
I don't know why he flies in the comics. He just does.
Interesting.
But
He's
he's
got
just
little wings.
incredibly
Wow, okay.
strong, and he can breathe
So I guess those
underwater
work.
for. And I think his powers are
That's
tied to
insane.
water. I think the longer he's out of water, the less strong he is. So,
Oh.
he's an interesting villain. I mean, he's sort of. It's sort of like the very like in the comics. I think he's sort of the idea is like he kind of attacks humans because humanity because like they've been poisoning the ocean. Kind of. It's very much like ocean, like save the earth kind of guy kind of vibe. But so it'll be interesting what his like motivation is here. I think there's a shot when he's a kid see his like house burning down. So it's probably has something to do with his mother or his father being murdered or something, but like that. But yeah, all in the game. Namor predates Aquaman in the comics by almost 3 years. Yeah, I mean everybody sort of comes up with the same ideas around the same time. You know, I have a hard time with sort of Aquaman and Namor. It's sort of they all remind me of like the Deep from The Boys. Do you guys watch The Boys?
Yes.
They all,
Yes.
It's always
Yeah.
sort of like, hey, buddy, you talk to fish. All right,
Yeah.
It's always sort of.
I
They
feel like
always get the short end of the stick. Yeah.
I feel you. And like when an Aquaman trailer was announced, a movie was announced, I was
Yeah.
like, no, though. Like, no, you can't. No, the blonde guy
Yeah.
with the green. No, come on, you can't.
Right,
And
yeah.
then like Jason Momoa did it, and I was like, you know what, you can. You absolutely can. It was great. Thank you so much for
You
your
just
time.
can,
Full
yeah, yeah.
permission. Go ahead.
Yeah, full permission. You do you. I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm
You want to do more?
That's why you get paid your job. Like, that's why you have your
But
job.
then at the end, he's wearing
Yeah.
that green leotard, and you're still kind of like, well, you look better when you're just like had your shirt off with a trident, like.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's some really cool. Listen, I won't
Deep
go into it
thoughts
because
on
we're
the
just
deep.
going to the Justice League. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, sick
Yeah. No,
trailer.
I know totally.
This is beautiful. I think my one concern, and this is just, I'm tired of like everything being CGI, like for the people, like,
Okay.
you can paint, you can use makeup, you can make people blue. I don't know how much of that they did, but like the people, I don't know, it just throws me off because it's like, I know you're like right now, I know you're digitally added in. So I'm sure like I'll forget about it watching the movie and I'll just get sucked in. But I feel like there's some little tweaking things that they
I
need
feel
to
like
do.
they may have added, like they may have painted people blue, like they just spray painted people blue.
Yeah.
For
it does
sure.
seem less CG on the people. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of
There's like some shots where I'm like, it's okay. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, but it
I-
could have just been the lighting in those particular scenes as well. Like, especially when they're going off this cliff here, somewhere,
Yeah.
and then the blue
like a
people are
Yeah.
coming
I
up,
think.
and I was like, well, that kind of looks like the lighting in that is weird. It looks CGI, but obviously it might be CGI if they're climbing the wall. You see?
Yeah. I think my big problem
Yeah.
point, and maybe it's just too, because I can tell, like, that there was like a blue screen behind them was like around like 135. And so maybe too, that's just kind of
35.
what I'm seeing. Because it's totally like a lighting thing. Like, there's a shot, they're on the
right.
bridge. And it looks so much better. Like, it's nighttime. Like, it looks...
Yeah. The nighttime stuff does look good. Yeah.
It looks really good. So, like, I mean, all of it looks beautiful. Like, I think the costume design
Yeah.
for all those characters, like all the
Yes.
Atlanteans, is, I mean,
Yeah. Another Oscar for her for sure. who
For
did that. Like,
sure. I think the costumes on this in
yeah,
general
it's-
for everyone is
the-
going to be amazing.
Yeah, that shot at 132 where they're on the bridge and she's got that like the yellow headdress and the way it's like backlit. I mean, it's just like you're like, oh my god, that's
Yeah, it's
stunning.
insane.
Yeah.
And it's also menacing. Like they also look very menacing because they got the breathers on because Atlanteans can't breathe in air. They can only.
This
breathe in
makes
the
so
water.
much sense to me now because, like, obviously I've only seen half of this trailer before, and I didn't know about Atlanteans, and I didn't know they could breathe underwater, and I was not aware of any of this. So when I first saw this, I was like, "Are there aliens in this? What's happening? Like, what happened to the planet? Like, what happened?
More
Like,
aliens?
Did more aliens come
Yeah.
down? Like, what was did Loki forget somebody? What's
Yeah.
happening? So
Totally, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
all of this that you're nerd talking to me makes total sense now. Thank you for the
Yeah.
clarification.
yeah, I'm excited.
a lot
I'm
of- there's a
excited
lot
to
of-
see more.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I am and I'm not. I kind of want to almost like just like don't show me anything else. I just want to walk into this movie.
Agree.
Oh yeah,
you
I'm
know,
ready
part
for
of
the
me-
movie trailer,
you
or not
know,
the movie, not another trailer, but
Like,
another movie.
I'm almost like I don't want any more. Like just show this trailer for eternity. Cut this up in different versions
Yeah,
for
this
TV.
is-
and
That's
then
how
let's
I'm
call it a
feeling.
day.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know, like I almost don't want it anymore because here's the thing. There's a lot of speculation online, like who's going to play Black Panther. Because they show a lot of characters, like you see like the Queen, you see Shuri, you see Riri, you see, you see Lupita, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
who plays Okoye? You see, what's his face? Why can't I think of his name? Oh my gosh,
Martin Freeman. I'm just kidding.
M'Baku, the guy with the
Yes. No.
yeah, you know,
actually, I thought he was
who
cool.
stole the show, and he
Yeah.
actually like challenged T'Challa in the first movie. So
He
like,
did.
you know,
I
like,
actually
scared
think
he's
he
gonna
would be a
die.
very good replacement, if I'm honest, because he
he would.
did challenge
Yeah.
him in the beginning, T'Challa in the beginning, and he almost won.
right.
And I feel like
Right.
that's the natural step then. If T'Challa can't be Black Panther, then he should be. And I know there's a lot of like I think speculation about Shuri becoming Black Panther.
That's
which I
how
just
it is
feel
in
like-
the comics, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
and
I-
she's the top. She's the top biller. Well, not I don't know if she's top billing, but she's the first name on the credits
Okay.
list. So
I
you
think-
don't put somebody first unless they're going to be the main.
big star.
Totally, and I think
Yeah.
maybe it's just
Yeah.
because of her age. I think she was quite young, and the one that we seen before 4 years ago, that it just almost didn't set her up to be like, you know, like she's a scientist and she's
Yeah.
like knowledgeable and she loves science and she loves to
Right.
do her job in research. So I don't see her out on the field the same way T'Challa was, but at the same time, like
I agree.
T'Challa was kind of put in that position when his father died. So maybe it's just like, okay, well, she needs to accept the mantle. And can we just point out, she's fucking ripped. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Lady.
Which shot is that?
Can I... What is your arm workout? Look at this. It's setting it up for her
Yeah.
to be Black Panther for sure. Because
Maybe,
she's
I mean,
older. She's definitely been working out. I'm like, girl.
Which shot are you looking at? Sorry.
Oh,
I'm still
sorry. It's
delayed.
at 112. 111, 112. Like you can see her walk in, and she sort of gives a
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
uh-huh.
handshake.
She's
to
so
the
tiny,
new
and I look at her and I'm like,
She's
I
tiny.
don't
but
know.
she's
Like
ripped.
I'm looking at like the final frame where you actually do get to see like a new iteration of the Black Panther suit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that her? Like, like
Yeah, I
they're
know.
barely
It-
giving
it-
us anything.
I
So
mean, it's slimmer
Yeah.
thighs.
Could be anyone.
It is a slim body. Now the only thing is they did speculate that T'Challa may have, Chadwick Boseman may have actually shot some sequences for this, and they may
Oh.
include it in the film. I don't know though if that's true or not.
You
I don't think.
so?
I don't think they would. I think they're
Well,
just
I mean,
going
let's-
to.
Yeah, I mean, let's put the
don't
shot in
know.
context. It's clearly like that's clearly an Atlantean, or that's clearly Namor in the back. Like he's like
Is
his
there?
white, like tan skin and the green
Yeah.
armor. Right.
So
I mean, it
it's-
feels very like climactic.
final moments
moment,
of a movie.
Whose internet is
I-
weak.
yeah, and I doubt like you're gonna like. Weak. Yeah, I mean, listen, we could talk about
about
this
We could
trailer
talk
for
about
day.
this all day,
I mean, we do have some other trailers I wanted to get to, but this definitely felt like it stole the show. It's very emotional. It's one of those trailers where you're like, man, like you get the goosebumps
Yeah.
watching it from the music and the way the score. They did right. Like it, everybody was sort of like, how do they pay? Like to your point, Pagan, like how do you pay homage to something like someone like Chadwick Boseman,
Such a
who
great
just
guy.
like made such an iconic character. The movie was phenomenal. Like it was like literally
Incredible.
nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
I mean, and so like just the bar here is set so high, you lose your leading face. You know, the person who carried this.
And the heart
What
too.
do you
I
do?
feel like
You know,
the heart of the
the
movie.
heart-
He
yeah,
was.
absolutely.
I mean, because even in life, like he seemed like he had such like a good heart. Like he was a good person.
Absolutely.
So I think too, like it,
Yeah.
it is kind of scary going into this because you're just kind of like, well, he's not here, so
there has to be a weight
you
on
know, like,
production
you-
for
there's-
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, like
I
it hangs
can't
over production a
imagine.
little bit. But I do have to say though, like, because they haven't recast the character, because they've acknowledged T'Challa is clearly
Yeah.
passed on in this, because they have a beautiful mural of him as well. I think that is 100% the best way to do it. I think that
Yeah.
nobody else probably could have done it as good as he could have.
Yeah.
So I think that is
Yeah.
100% the right decision. I think
Yeah,
Marvel is good.
I think
to
so.
do that.
Yeah, well, time will tell. Part of me is like, yeah, recast it, but part of me, and just move on. Because it's got there's, but also like keep it in the family too. I think works.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I agree. They didn't really
Yeah.
set up. It's hard when you haven't set up someone to kind of take on that mantle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're gonna have the same problem when Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America. It's the new thing. Well, we don't need another Captain America. Chris Evans was my Captain America, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for people, right?
True.
Same thing. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
Chadwick
an
Boseman will always
adjustment.
be our Black Panther. Why do we need another? Like, just make another character. Call him
This will just be someone new.
not Black Panther.
Which is kind of
whatever it is.
like, it is kind of sad that Michael B. Jordan's character did die at the end of the first
Yeah.
one, because I'm
Yeah,
like,
'cause he
he
would've
would have
been
been a
great.
really good
Maybe
it would have been such a
Totally.
cool, like,
he's on
so good.
ice.
twist, it would have been a really
good.
great twist to be
It
like,
would've been-
he's good now, and
Listen,
he's gonna fight for the good.
We're in the
Maybe he's
multiverse now.
alive.
Like, fucking bring him out from
That
a
is
multiverse.
true.
And
That is
fucking call it a
absolutely
day.
true.
Like, no one's ever
He-
dead. Listen,
brought
unless you're an
shit to
actor
the
that
universe.
dies, no character's
Multiverse.
ever dead.
That's true.
in
Yeah.
the Marvel
No,
universe.
I've learned that on soap operas. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Basically, Marvel is basically a giant soap opera. You
Yeah,
nailed
exactly.
it. All right, well, let's.
What are we
why don't-
watching
Let's
next?
go.
Yeah, what are we watching? Let's do. And Stephanie, I know this is one you were real excited about. They dropped a National Treasure teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Why?
Listen, I was
have no
excited.
idea.
Because I had not heard about
Why?
this, and I
don't
was,
know.
oh my god! I went on Twitter and I heard that I saw something. They're like, oh, National Treasure, Edge of History, and I was like, oh, I was like, Nick
Right?
Cage. I was like, National Treasure. I was like, yes. And then I watched the teaser and I was like, no.
No.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to
let's-
hear this.
let's
I want
there's
to
not much
hear
here.
why. So let's go ahead and watch
There's
this.
not much here. Yeah, this is
Um,
literally. Yeah, this is.
This is it. It's 17 seconds, everybody. So just hold on to your butts for 17.
don't
Hold on
blink.
to your butts for this epic drop, Comic-Con drop.
All right.
Let us
Pressing
know.
play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Indiana Jones.
Right.
It does look like Indiana Jones, though.
We get a glimpse of the see, like, okay.
Yeah, and
Why is she
like,
staring
do you know-
at me for so long?
when
I'm
I saw,
uncomfortable.
like, yeah, and
I have
like,
issues.
and Disney.
I have issues.
Yes.
I
Just
will
don't understand
say
what.
Riley
ahead,
Poole
yeah.
is coming back, so there
Okay.
is that.
Okay.
And
There's
for those who
that.
don't know who Riley Poole is, he was like kind of like the nerdy like sidekick kid, right? From the
Yeah, he's the
to
comedic
Nicolas
relief.
Cage. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was
He's
the
the
comic
shadow.
relief.
It's cute.
They were like, we can't get Nick Cage, but we got the sidekick comic guy to come back.
And it is cool. Like, they are flashing back to all the stuff from, well, not all the stuff, but some stuff from the old film as well, or from the original film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't get.
It has a heart.
Oh,
Oh, we lost you again.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I mean, I just don't understand. Like, what's the point of this? I just don't like. Why can't we
Yeah.
just wait till you have more to show us or
Yeah.
something? Like, why just show us like it's literally like flashes of like artifacts. Like someone walks through a door, and then this feels like the opening to like Where's Carmen Sandiego? Like I just don't
Yeah.
I don't like it. I feel like this should have been called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, not National
Yeah.
Treasure. Other than like showing us the artifacts. I mean, she's attractive,
will,
and
yeah.
I don't have any problems with that. But I
No.
just don't. There's no context here. Like, are we supposed to be just like what's going on? Like, or because I just don't care. You know, like I'm sort
It's
of
like,
okay,
I don't know.
next.
It's even the reveal as well. It's like, are we supposed to think this is Nick Cage? Are we supposed to think this is Indiana Jones? And then she takes off her hat and
Yeah.
reveals her hair, and she's a
Yeah.
woman. And I'm like, is this shocking
Okay,
information?
who is
Like,
she?
I don't understand what the shock effect value here. That the fact that she's a lady.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it seemed like, ta-da,
Yeah.
and you're like. Did I miss something? Like,
kinda
is
like-
there an and?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
know.
wonderful
Yeah.
that there's a woman protagonist. I presume she's going to be the main protagonist. Like, thank
She
you.
is.
We fucking
She
love to
is,
see
yeah.
it, but it just seemed like such a huh? And you're like,
Yeah.
did I miss something? Disney? Like, did you drop
Stephanie,
something?
I will say that.
you-
Yeah.
You've dived into this. Give us the breakdown. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on here? Like, why? What's the setup here?
It's a girl just trying to find answers, of her past and Pan America. I will say there was a featurette that they also had. I don't think it was at Comic-Con, but there was way more footage in there, way more behind the scenes. Catherine Zeta-Jones is in this. I'm like, what? Okay,
Oh
cool.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. I
Sign
didn't
me
know
up.
that.
Like, but it's feeling like I really like the show OBX on Netflix,
Okay.
or Outer Banks on Netflix.
Okay.
And this, to me, like this new series or movie, whatever this is going to be, feels kind of like a National Treasury version of that.
Ah.
Essentially. Like,
Okay.
so there's a lot of young teenagers on an adventure
the
being
CW
chased by a crazy
version of,
blonde lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels
Yeah.
kind of like Uncharted. It feels like Indiana Jones. It feels like National Treasure, kind of. But
Right.
National Treasure was Nick Cage and everyone like in the cast, and
Yeah.
I don't know about
I guess
this.
I don't have any problems recasting Nick Cage. It's National Treasure. It's not called Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
You know, or whatever his character name was. I don't have any problems with that. I guess it's just sort of like it's a movie about like treasure hunting and sort of like, but also like national, like American, like it's supposed to be a surrounding
Sure.
like sort of like national, like, you know, American sort of historical.
Yeah, and I love that stuff.
Artifacts. And that, listen, I'm all in for that. Like maps and treasures and tombs and
Same.
world
Yeah,
travels
same.
and puzzles to be solved. Like that's why I love Uncharted, right? Like it's sort of like
Yeah.
it hits that like hippocampus part of my brain where like things fire and I'm like
puzzles.
my eyes go and I'm like you know,
Yeah.
I bounce up and down like an idiot.
Totally agree.
But it showed none of that. It just showed like a shot of someone's face for 15 seconds. So I just don't understand what's going on here. Catherine Zeta-Jones being in it is interesting because Catherine Zeta-Jones doesn't come back, A, for not a lot of money, and B, for just anything. So I feel like
True.
they either are paying her a shit ton of money or she really just likes
totally.
this project.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe
And
both.
she's the villain, so
I
you
guess-
know,
Cool.
something new.
Yeah, I was
like,
reading.
show us
It's
that.
kind of like an ant, like a. Yeah, right.
Right,
Like,
just show
yeah,
us that
that's
for like
kinda where I was at on
10
this.
seconds,
I
and
know.
that would have been a better trailer reveal or something.
I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think what
Yeah.
this kind of seeded for me. Sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I
Oh
had
no,
stopped
you're
speaking.
on.
Sorry.
You're on.
Oh, sorry. I think we're a little off.
A little bit of a delay, sorry.
The one thing I noticed too, like I feel like this is really Disney Channelifying the series, and I think that's kind of bringing back my fear. Like I love Indiana Jones, and I see that they're making a new Indiana Jones, and then it's not Spielberg directing, and I'm like, okay. And then now watching this, I'm like, please God, no. Like that's
Yeah.
like it brings back my fear of like them recasting, like doing a James Bond, and it's like we're doing this. But it's somebody
Yeah.
new. So like I'm
Yeah.
all for the story. I'm gonna, I'm excited no matter what, but I just know it's not gonna be the same. And that's okay. It'll be something new.
Yeah. Hopefully
okay.
that's okay, right? Like I think we all just sort of like fingers crossed. This is great, and it's great. You just
Yeah.
don't know. This was a fail in my part for Comic-Con. Like it's such a like it. I don't know. You got to give people more.
Feature
It's
is so
Comic-Con.
much
Like
better.
give us something to chew on. This felt like something you would announce like 3 weeks before Comic-Con and be like, hey, by the way, we're bringing National Treasure back. It's gonna start. Like all the speculation. Like start speculating. Who is this woman? Now ever.
Yes.
But then there was none of that. It just felt lazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
next on our list?
Do you want to do Interview with a Vampire?
Do you want to do both?
Since we love
yeah.
Or, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's do Interview with the Vampire real quick.
Yeah.
This one I've been excited
'Cause
for too.
this-
Me
I think.
too. I didn't even know this was
I
coming,
think-
and then you had posted it. Actually, you were like, "I think we should react to this," and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking yes! I think that's a great idea, Stephanie."
John DiMaggio's in this, right?
Really?
Is he? I have no idea. I haven't done any research on this.
Get
I feel
out.
like unless it was like a fever dream, and I thought I'd seen something on Twitter of him being like long ago, like
That would be-
cast in
that
it
would
or
be
something
awesome.
like that.
I don't
and
know
I was
why,
like,
but
what?
yeah, John DiMaggio is like a wisecracking fucking vampire.
I was like, please tell
I would
me
watch
you're-
that.
I'd be okay with it.
I
like,
would too. Oh,
Yeah.
So I could be
Dar said
wrong,
maybe.
but don't quote me.
Maybe
Maybe
Dar.
shortly
Maybe
in a
Dar.
minute.
If we have time.
If we have time.
If we have time,
Let's
let's-
go ahead and watch this anyway,
Yes.
and we can have a chat then. I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
Help me, please. He's in my head, Father.
Oh wow.
Help him,
You're not gonna make it.
please.
Gorgeous.
New Orleans.
No.
Oh my god, the scenery is fantastic. The costume.
I love New Orleans.
Dear God, I hope you got the letter and
A lot of sparks going on.
you can
Woo, the hair.
down here.
I was being
Signature look.
hunted,
I don't need to be
and I,
I mean,
was completely
that guy looks like a
unaware it was
vampire.
happening.
He does. The jawline.
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
I can swap this life of shame,
Oh.
swap it out for a dark gift.
Dark gift. I don't think he's talking
You just
about.
have to ask me.
My goodness, it's getting
Oh.
spicy.
Look at it. Oh my.
Like shit me out. Loving
Oh. Uh-oh. No, no, no.
That's my
Oh.
Not a good idea.
I sinned. I lay down with the devil. And I can't think nothing anymore.
Oh, no.
Lord, help me.
Oh.
I am weak. I want to
No,
die.
the bye. No.
Yeah. Children, man. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh. I think God came for the
I like how the
creature.
pew is on fire.
Oh no, it's him. No, stop.
Oh, I fucking love that font. That's awesome.
It's a great font, yeah.
I ask the questions, you answer the questions. Anything that can't be verified, I
Yes.
send to my researcher. So,
We're in the
how long
present
have you
day.
been dead?
Okay, okay.
Ah, yes, but it is an interview with the vampire. Don't forget. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That all makes
Just,
sense.
just in case you thought that we'd forgotten about the interview, you were wrong. We put it in the
Yeah.
last 5 seconds. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the end well for
Yeah.
him.
Let's explain this title to
Yeah, yeah.
everyone
Just
else.
just in case everyone was like, yeah, but where's the interview in present day? What would you? Yes, you keyboard
Yeah.
warriors. You see,
There
we
it
did something very clever
Yes.
and put that at the last 5 seconds of the video.
But
I'm
the-
really smart.
But all the
Yeah.
cool shit is in the past
Before.
in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
true, true,
so,
true.
we're gonna
Yes.
show you most of that.
All the cool shit is in the past.
You know what?
for-
Yeah, right. Like I have specific criteria when it comes to vampire things. It's got to be sexy. It's got to be violent, and it's got to be like it's got to have just like I don't know. It's got to feel like sweaty. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if there's a better word for it. It's got to feel just sort of like you know who Charles was True Blood. Like it felt like that was sexy. It was like violent,
Yeah,
like
it
hyper
checked all those
violent, and it
boxes.
just like it was in Louisiana too. Not specifically New Orleans, but I think it like it was,
No.
so it was always sweaty. It felt.
Yeah.
Or it was in the bayou or some shit. I forget.
It was.
But
On top.
this checks those boxes for me. So I'm kind of like I'm in. I wish there was more violence. It feels very Bridgerton meets vampire right now. Like but you
Are you
know,
kidding
but
me?
but
You didn't see the three
What do you mean?
girls with fucking blood all over their shirts? And
Yeah,
then
but I
people
mean, but
getting
they're-
into, like,
I didn't see
the
them
police
doing
officer get-
anything.
Well, I mean, not in the trailer, but you probably see it in whatever. Is this a movie or a series?
I don't know. It's
Wait,
a
where are
series.
the
It's a
girls?
series.
Sick.
So I guess that's why I'm on the fence. It's an AMC show. Like so, here's the difference. True Blood was on HBO. They could do whatever the fuck they want. You could show nudity, and that you could literally have somebody punch through somebody's chest, and it's not a big deal, right? Like you can go big on those fronts. I'm just worried like AMC it's going to be a lot of like, hey, they're doing things, sexy time, but they're not going to show anything. A, and then B, like the violence is going to be a bit like, hey, that's an off-screen kill. You're going to see blood running down like a camera shot like on a floor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Literally,
a
when you were
little,
like,
I'm a
"Oh,
little
they're not
worried.
going to show anything during sexy time," I'm like, "You are into some kinky shit, sir. What is wrong? Like, they don't need
No,
to.
but I mean,
they
like,
could
I
just
just feel like-
imply."
Yes.
Nah, I
They
wanna
did
see-
though.
I just,
You know,
like,
you know,
it's a visual medium.
did.
He's getting
The little finger touches?
sexy with the lady,
If I want
and then the
to,
stat is all
I could
like,
read a book
yeah,
if I want to
that's
use my
meta.
imagination.
Yes.
I'll listen to a podcast. You know, like it's a visual medium. You gotta show some shit. You
I
know?
think it's spicy.
That's kind of where my head's at.
I mean, I think this is spicy enough when they're all like, "Yeah, let's have some sex," and then the stat's like, "Yeah, let's have a threesome," and then I'm gonna bite you on the neck.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom. So
All
know,
great. All things
I
being
think
little
forbidden.
push.
that looks sick. That looks sick. Yeah, right. All in the game.
There's
This
internet
got to clear
porn.
Drew's browser history.
Yes.
Before-
That's right. That's you listen. You donate soup, it goes to one thing and one thing only. My porn
Oh,
addiction.
JGM brings up
That's
a good
right.
point that AMC is The Walking Dead, and it's pretty gory.
gory.
So that might not be.
This looks gory, and then there's like
possible.
insinuating that this vampire is gonna eat a baby, and like there's this whole moment here with
Yeah.
the police officer and the young girl. The
He might
priest
have-
gets
he has more
ripped
of
from the
them.
confessional.
Oh, the priest.
Like
the priest
it
saw
doesn't end
God.
well for the priest.
Poor priest didn't. I don't think he's made for this world. He's moved on.
No, he saw God and met the devil in an instant. It was
True.
just
Yeah.
not.
I think this has a
And
really
Lestat,
good
though.
like. Oh, it's not even three girls. It's just the girl in the center, and then okay, and then the two other vampires.
You know, I thought the same thing when I first saw that.
Yeah. It's because it's dark, and she's the main.
Yeah.
But this
It's
looks
interesting the time
gory.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
does look gory.
think it's really well done, considering I think the book is also based around this time, because the original movie that was done with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt was also in this time period.
It was because it took
Yeah.
place in the 1700s,
Something like that.
I think.
I forget. I never read the book, and
because the book
it's been
takes
like
place,
10
so I-
years since I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the book takes place, I think, in the 1700s. I could be wrong, but so it's interesting that now they're in 1920s. Like, so I'm curious
Yeah.
to see how they shape this. Like, is it just changing the time period and everything else follows like her book pretty well?
Yeah,
Because her
maybe.
name's listed at the top. It's Anne Rice's interview
Yeah.
with a vampire.
True. Or it could just be
Yeah.
another, like, I don't know. There's obviously a series of the interview with the vampire. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if this is just another character years later, after the events of the Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise storyline took place.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I don't remember the story close enough to know if like this trailer's hitting those exact story beats or
It's
not.
hitting
Like,
it because it seems like it's hitting
okay.
it because there's the girl who's sick, and Lestat
Yes.
gives her blood
Yeah.
and makes her a vampire, and so she goes a little crazy, gets a little greedy. But, so
Yeah,
and Lestat or
but
not
there's no
Lestat,
like name drops either, so you don't ever hear
yeah.
Lestat, do you?
You
I don't think
Do you
so.
ever hear
I'm
anybody's-
blanking on
'cause-
the other guy's
yeah,
name.
you don't-
Chat.
Brad
yeah, I
Pitt's
am too.
character on the first.
That's on you,
But
Chat.
anyways, like it's interesting. It does look pretty. I would watch that. And I
think
liked the movie a lot. So
Yeah, me too. I really enjoyed the original movie a lot, like Antonio Banderas and Brad Pitt and all. This whole thing is so well lit, in my opinion. I just think it looks so lovely. It looks really warm, but I feel like that helps because it's kind of like it's supposed to be really hot and humid and everything down in
Yeah,
in New
yeah,
Orleans.
it
Anyway,
has
Yeah.
that wash of again. Yeah, I like
Louis, yeah, sorry, yeah,
It's
of course.
weird though.
Louis,
It still
yes,
feels
thank
flat. It still feels flat for some reason. Like I feel like it needs another color pass. I see what they've done. They put like a wash on it to make it feel like unified or like like Southern Bayou sort of like
Yeah.
Nolans look, but it still feels I don't know, like it still feels flat. Like I think there needs to be
Dated?
some I don't know if it's dated. It just it doesn't
Vintage?
feel like it. The shots don't feel dynamic. They still feel like a little flat to me. But
I think they're just all like
I just-
beige because it does look a little beige.
yeah,
To be fair.
it does
it
look
does
a
look a little
beige.
one note.
One note, yeah.
Like you can't. It feels like they're all in the same location all the time, right? You
I
can't.
see.
Other than like there's a shot like of a house like in like a carriage and like there's some greenery. Otherwise, it all just feels like it's in the same like house or
see.
same spot, like on the street in the nighttime. you know, like I don't know. But again, this is probably a teaser. Not a lot to criticize here. I'll definitely watch this.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Say I think I would totally watch this. But when did you say this was a HBO series?
AMC.
AMC.
Oh, AMC. Can I get
AMC,
that
AMC.
here?
So, I don't know.
Hulu. So it'll be on Hulu. AMC, I think, has a partnership with Hulu. I think so. Hulu.
I think you
you're
still
right.
have to. I think you just have to like pay for a membership and stuff like that. But I can now with my.
Yeah, you
amazing-
might have to pay for a Hulu membership.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, use that NordVPN
I will.
subscription.
Yeah, I will.
And
yeah,
use the
cool.
code Trailer Talk.
Yeah, it's not sponsored, but
Not a
kinda.
sponsor. Yeah, okay.
It
Not a
was
sponsor.
sponsored,
Alright.
and it's pretty great. So
Yes.
if you do, go check out that stream. Yeah, I think I'm
Alright,
good with
our
this one. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Yes. Same
Yeah.
here.
Nice. All right, you want to
All
go to
right,
the pièce de
our
résistance?
final.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get into it, boys.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
You guys
Saving the best
asked.
for
We
last.
delivered. John Wick.
Let's
Trailer
go.
dropped. Did anybody expect John Wick to be at Comic Con?
fucking
I don't
did
know if I
not
did,
know.
but here we
No.
are.
I'm kind of having deja
But
vu
here
that's
we
cool.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, and I don't want to get on a super tangent, but it's interesting, sort of like, everybody thinks Comic Cons should be just like nerds, like comic book stuff. But like Comic Con has, like San Diego SDCC, is very much more pop culture, right? So
Yeah,
it's
it
less
is.
about like, this is a Marvel or DC show. Those are the figures, right? But then anything in the pop culture realm. So it applies, like if you're launching anything, like fucking put it in a comic.
American Horror Story
And it gives you a big
was
audience.
always big.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are with John Wick now taking over Comic Con.
Yep. Here we
Chapter
go.
4.
All right. I'm so excited for this chapter 4. Right. I'm gonna press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh.
Have
Yeah,
you
I can
given
do
any
that.
thought
Yeah, I thought you could, Drew.
where this ends?
You
Yeah.
doubled for him, right?
The table will never stop.
You know this.
All the old familiar faces. Love it. Love it.
No one,
Paris.
not even you,
Oh,
can kill
oh, to
everyone.
the face.
Arrogant.
Oh, nice.
I love the samurai sword. Love it.
What?
You love
I
to
don't-
see it.
Oh.
Oh, hello, dear Lawrence Fishburne. Hello, friend.
It's the Matrix. Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it.
Ow. That looks painful. Oh. Ouch. No, thank you.
That's-
Oh my
my
God.
god, did you see that with the nunchucks?
Yes.
That was
Yes,
fucking unreal.
dude.
That poor guy who got bit in the nuts by a dog.
A dog? Yeah, that dog. Yeah.
That,
I
oh.
hope,
I
I
felt
hope that
his
stunt
pain.
guy was wearing a cup.
Yeah,
'Cause,
holy fuck.
They got a eunuch to play that
Oh my
guy's part.
God.
Wow. Yeah, nunchucks.
Oh.
We all listen. I'm in. The moment you put nunchucks, John Wick with nunchucks, I'm in. Like, there's not enough. Listen, there's not enough martial arts films with nunchucks for people getting their ass beat by nunchucks. That's
Absolutely.
just a hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows this. We need more nunchucks.
Like,
That's
just-
it. Because nunchucks are awesome.
The stunts in this are gonna be unreal. It's the unreal. Like, I
This
mean, I love the
guy's
story
so
and everything,
awesome.
but the stunts make this film. These
Yeah.
films in general, like, just so fucking good, so well coordinated. Fuck, this team is so good, man. Must be amazing to work on this.
I love the color. I love the color and the cinematography and the movement. The one thing that threw me off was the sound design in the beginning of the trailer.
Oh, really?
Because I was like hard to hear and I was like trying to, to turn it
Oh,
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The VO. the VO.
And it just sounded
yeah.
like you could tell it went through a filter. Like it was just different.
I mean, as a trailer, this is like a very much of like our first pass, or second.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of
Right,
like.
okay.
This was like put some action scenes together, some sound design and a VO, and let's
Give 'em
call
a
this
little
puppy a
taste.
day. Get this thing out for Comic Con. This
Yeah.
felt a little rushed. It's not like compared to Wakanda Forever, this thing feels like pretty lazy, but it does its job, right? We get to see some badass
does.
fucking stunts and John Wick
Oh my
doing some fucking
gosh.
shit. It sets some stakes, so here we are.
Yeah.
And the punching
it-
of
it
the
feels like-
post,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
and the
He's
bloody
back.
knuckle. I love that.
I'm trying to remember though. So what's his motivation now? Or his motivation is just to stay alive? Are everyone still just after him?
Yeah,
Is that
because at the
idea
end
here?
of the third, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but doesn't he? Oh shit! Was that the end of the second
thought-
where he fell off the building?
That's the
Oh,
third.
Is that
I
the
think he
second, like
fell
the
off
end of the
building, right?
second, and then he Oh no. Yeah. So essentially,
No,
like
the
a
third
part
one
of
he
it,
falls
he
off.
fell off the building and then like had to go back into Lawrence Fishburne's crew underground to get thing.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, you want to take it down?" And he's like, "Let's burn it to the ground or whatever it is."
That's
So
right.
they're going
That's
going
right.
after
He's trying
the
to-
whole agency.
Oh.
It seems
Right.
like.
He's trying to. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Right, chat?
Yeah,
I could be
couldn't-
so
couldn't
wrong. I have not seen that in a while.
Yeah.
But that's the vibe.
The
That
high
was the vibe.
table, right?
Yeah. Everyone was out to get him at the end of
that's
the
right.
third, I think. Yeah, everyone was out to get him at
Right.
the end of all of them, to be fair.
Now he's up. Now he's out to get them. It's
Now
sort
I
of the
think
vibe,
he's
right?
out to
Like-
get them, yeah, because they think he's dead.
Right.
Right? Because I
Yeah,
think, like, they
yeah,
thought
that's-
he died, and then the body was missing, and then they're like, oh, fuck.
Mhm.
And he's now in Lawrence Fishburne's thing, and that's why, like, I think in the beginning, when he's punching the post, like, he's training. He's getting himself back to health, because he was in pretty poor fucking shape at the end of the third one. And Lawrence Fishburne comes in with his cool, like, fucking suit and was like, yeah, you ready?
Suit. Yeah.
So,
Well,
I
and
think
that-
that's what that...
Suit up.
Thank you,
and the
Darth.
suit's
Thank you.
Bulletproof,
Thanks,
right?
Darlene.
That's why there's that shot of like them fighting, like gunplay, and they're literally like point blank range, shooting each other with guns, and for some reason not dying. So, like, there's that shot where they're like fighting with swords, but then shooting. And the only explanation, because I remember, like, isn't his suit is woven to be like Kevlar, kind of like it's sort of bulletproof, right?
Yeah.
That's why you can take those shots and keep
Yeah.
fighting. Which I thought was
Bill
kind of a
Skarsgård.
clever dynamic. And I noticed there's a lot of bow and arrow play here. There's like a shot where there's like a bunch of guys with bows on a balcony, and then like some
Yeah.
chick fires a bow into some dude's face.
I thought that was such a cool shot. Like, I think that shot is
Yeah.
so fucking good. The coordination you have to
Yeah.
have for this.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. Well, and it's like, oh, that's what
awesome.
Hawkeye should be doing.
Yeah, yes.
you
Yes.
know, like
Agree.
Yes, that's what I need.
Hardcore agree, friend.
more
That's
more
what we need.
more face planting of face shooting of
Yes.
people. Yeah, this
DCF.
gosh. The shot there's a shot where like it like sprays sparks or fire. I don't know what's going on there. That looks dope.
And
There's
is
just
it
a lot of
is
great
what's his
moments.
name? Bill, is it Bill Skarsgård? Or Skarsgård?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what his name is
Yeah.
from? Well, I know him from It, but shit, me,
Yeah.
he's gonna be so good in that. Like, I'm so happy to see him in that. That's cool.
He's a great actor.
He's gonna be a great
fantastic.
villain. Like, look at his fucking
Ah.
face here. God.
Yeah, he knows how to make facial expressions.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it just looks like, you know, pretty pretty hardcore. I
Yeah.
think this could be so good.
I mean,
Yeah,
all
that
right.
was fun.
Can we just? Are they just going to make these indefinitely? Is Keanu just going to be like, oh, we'll make? It'll
Probably.
be John Wick 48. He'll be like 95.
I'm fine with
he'll be
it.
95.
Do you
Kick an
have
ass.
an issue?
No, I don't know.
He's
I
gonna
just-
use a
Chocolate
wheelchair.
somebody,
There's
Drew?
gonna be a great dynamic. There's
Do
gonna
you
be a
think he's
great
gonna go back and
fight.
watch
He's
them
gonna
all?
take a wheelchair and
I
whack
do,
someone
I
over
do,
the
I need
head
to
with
go back.
it, and then pull out
He's
a
gonna
gun.
have a
and
protege.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
one of his
yeah.
dogs.
cane fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he can't kill the dog, right? I mean, that's
No,
his like
true.
code, right?
No. He
Oh,
did. He'd be like,
great.
"Bye, guys."
Yeah, I can't wait to go back and watch all of these in preparation for the fourth. Literally.
Yeah, and I feel like you kind of have to, I mean, and otherwise it's sort of like, because they do. What's interesting is the first movie just teases a little bit of the world building. You don't really
Yes.
quite understand like how deep the rabbit hole goes, and then the second two movies are very much like building out this idea of like the rules and the world and like how like, you know, what do the coins mean and what are the, you know what I'm saying? Like it's,
Yeah.
so it's very, very interesting how they've taken like this simple idea of like a guy who just wants revenge for killing his dog to this idea that there's like this entire world of like assassins and with rules, which is interesting, and I think why it has this longevity to it. So
Yeah.
I also thought it was interesting. There's no like, it's just called John Wick. There's no like,
It's just chapter
there's
4.
no,
John Wick.
yeah, it's just chapter 4. Did the other ones do that, or were they just chapter 1, 2?
I don't
I actually think so.
Remember.
Yeah, I
I'm
think they
trying
were
to- I'm
chapter
trying to
2 and
remember.
3. Chapter
Yeah.
2.
It's not like
chapter
John
2
Wick,
and chapter 3.
Revenge
It's
of
listed in the
Yep.
description or like the
Revenge
title.
of the Wick, or
But-
you know, like
Don't
something
think so.
cheesy. It's not
No. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So he's
I
a
think they were all just
candlemaker?
Chapters.
like, yeah, John Wick. Yeah.
It's
He's a
going to be the
candlemaker
book.
who's gone
Epilogue.
rogue.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Only lights, yeah, and literally then you see Lawrence Fishburne blow out the candle. I mean, it's. I feel like we have this. I feel like we have the spin-off.
Nailed it.
written.
Yeah, perfect. Are you guys in the film industry? Stop. Are you guys? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, I mean, listen.
you guys in the
we
marketing
dabble.
industry? Well, go ahead.
The Wickering. Yeah, when City Hunter, the Wickering. Yeah,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Wick makes this one candle maker cannot be stopped.
I would watch that.
Yeah, that's a good spin-off.
Keanu, if you're out
Make
there.
This guy wax poetic with his own guns. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm so fucking down for this. I loved all of their films. I thought the stunt choreography in all of their films have been amazing. This looks really good. I'm so interested to see what they introduce as new, which I'm presuming is actually more like of this bow and arrow play. They also did he did throw an axe at somebody's head and they just flipped over, which was amazing.
Yeah, that was dope.
So good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was dope.
they're bringing in nunchucks. They have samurai swords now in some sort of like museum.
Oh,
They have
yes.
the arrows as well. And I think I kind of love that when I'm thinking about the production of John Wick, the team are probably like, you know what would be cool? If we had an arrow, like a bow and arrow, and then someone does a flip right onto a guy and then
Right.
shoots him in the head with an arrow, and the whole
the
room is
face.
like, fucking yes, that sounds amazing. Yeah, you know what? That'd be amazing. Do it again.
Shoot him in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah. So I feel like whenever I see like really cool like shit hot stunts in John Wick, I'm like, the conversation around this must have been unreal. Like it must have been like so
Right.
cool.
Well, they probably have like a board, visual board of weapons. Be like, what weapon do we want to kill this guy with this time?
True.
And they
Yeah,
kinda go and they
they've
throw a
used a lot.
dart and be like, hey, we've never seen anybody get shot in the face with a bow before, have we? Yeah, no, put that one on the board. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds nice. Has he killed anybody with an axe thrown at his face? No, let's do that one too. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about a fire gun? Like just fire comes out of a gun and the guy's face is on fire. Oh, that's solid. Yeah, let's put that one in there too.
Yeah, solid.
Like nunchucks. Let's do nunchucks. Yeah, nunchucks, guys. Why haven't we fucking done nunchucks? I feel like it's like a
What if
roulette
he loses
board.
control and just starts beating the shit out of a guy with a nunchuck? And you're like,
Yes.
Just beats
really.
the shit out of a dude with nunchucks. Like that dude won't have a face. Yeah, dude, mark
No.
that down.
I
That one
love
makes the
their
list.
film so much. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I just want to be in the writer's room. Be like,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, because basically it's like what weapon haven't
Yeah.
we killed somebody with? And then, you know what? Has he killed anybody with a Mickey Mouse mug? No. Put that. Can we get license for that?
But we
Maybe.
fucking
I don't know.
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the,
It'll be Hickey
the-
Mouse.
The team that makes this their stunt team, right? Like they're like the the company that makes this. I can't remember what the name of the company is. Feel free to correct me, chat. But the company that makes it, they are a stunt company, and
Oh.
they make
okay.
the film. The
That's what they do.
studios, and they
That's
partner with other studios to get the fundings and stuff. Feel free to correct me in chat. I could be totally wrong. That might have just been the first film. But yeah, super excited about this.
Maria.
Love to see it. Love Keanu Reeves. Love Lawrence Fishburne. Love all of them actually. There's some really cool faces here, and like I said, Bill Skarsgård's in it. Gonna look sick. And it's when March,
Yeah.
2023.
March 2023.
Oh,
yeah.
it's not
So
even
we got
that
a
long
little
to
bit.
wait.
We got a hot minute. Nah,
It's less
cool.
than a
I mean,
year.
It's like 8
That's
months.
a little long.
I mean, that feels like
All right,
forever.
guys. Like,
We still gotta
it's
get
a little
past
long.
Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Listen, you got like
there's lots of
Avatar
things.
in between, Black Panther's coming
Yeah.
out. I mean, like I got like John, like listen,
There's
I've
lots
already
of
forgot
things.
about this movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Like
So, yeah.
there's like 50 movies I need to see before this thing comes out.
Thank you all. And the game director Chad Stileski, he literally owns a stunt coordination company, and that is his company as well. I
So
can't remember
cool.
what they're called. Do you know what they're called? But yeah, they did the first one, and then obviously they're just like, this is a really cool way to do a cool fucking stunt film. So, yeah, love it.
Pencil in that unicorn kill, Matt Kayla. Yeah, dude. Yeah, someone
Yes,
needs to die from
probably.
a unicorn
Yes.
one day. I mean, listen. I mean, at some point,
Deadpool.
like we need, like, listen, writers for CouchSoup, like we need like the John Wick kill board. Like, how many kills or how many weapons has John Wick killed somebody
Yeah.
with, and
Yes.
which ways?
I want
And then like
the
let's
quiz.
list out the ways they haven't been killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I want like a which
Yeah.
John Wick killer are
Pop
you?
quiz.
yeah. Which John Wick killer? Are you? Are
And just
you
like
the
go through the
sniper
most
shot
famous
from
kills
300
throughout all of
yards
the
away
films.
kill?
The dog to the nuts.
Are
yeah,
you a
yeah.
pencil through the eye
Dog to the
kill?
nuts.
Are
Yeah,
you a
yeah.
dog? Yeah, dog to the nuts kill. That's dude. You know you've done something
Yeah.
wrong when you get the dog to the nuts. kill.
8711. Thank you
That-
so much on the game. I knew it was numbers, and I was like, I don't want to say any numbers because I'm gonna mess it up. 87. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Ugh.
I think this is probably
Mm.
the one that I'm most excited for. From
Wow,
San
okay.
Diego Comic Con
Alright.
in general, I think this was good. Obviously, without Lord of the Rings, it goes without saying. That was fucking dope.
Yeah.
But this is so.
Yeah,
cool.
guys. Yeah, if you're wondering, like, I mean, why didn't we review Lord of the Rings? Well, we just did a Lord of the Rings. Literally,
We did.
we did a Lord of the Rings preview like last Tuesday, and then like 2 days later, they're like, "Here's this fucking extended
Amazing
trailer." Like,
trailer,
why did you release? Why did you release a 3-minute teaser and then like 3 days later put out a 3-minute extended like a 4-minute? I was like, marketing, Amazon, get your shit together, guys.
Yeah.
You know,
that
somebody
was
probably
confusing.
cut that together and they loved it, and they're like, you know what? Let's use that. And the guy's like, yes, my work's out there,
okay.
Mom. I edited this.
Yeah,
Mom,
true.
check it out. Yeah, we didn't talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe we'll do a separate episode on that. We also didn't talk
that'd be good.
about House of Dragon that came out. So we might do a separate episode on House of Dragon. There's a lot of hype around that stuff, I know, as well.
Oh, Pinocchio's now too. There's a Guillermo del Toro's. They released. It wasn't at Comic-Con, but they released
like, I
that
missed
today.
That might be cool. A Guillermo del Toro
Could be cool.
Pinocchio? That sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm
Claymation.
sort of like
Stop
meh
motion.
about that, but well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I'll see. I need to see the trailer. I'll give you that. All right. Normally we do what we're watching, but we are way over time. And we gotta
we'll
run.
save it for next week.
So
Yeah, we'll save it for next week.
save
I'll
for
actually have
next
time to
week. We did
watch
extend-
something until next week because I haven't watched anything.
Yeah.
Just been watching fucking trailers.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
But
This is
until then, you
great.
can catch us on all the audio platforms as a podcast, iTunes, Spotify, you name it, Pocket Cast, all those places. You can listen to us in your little earlobes, wherever you go. And then always here on Trailer Talk on YouTube. And then you can also find more of us in this conversation on CouchSoup.com. Be a part of our community. We have like little chat rooms on Circle. It's great. Come hang out with us.
Yeah.
We have a great time. And if you're a member, you get like, if you're a paid member, you get like ad-free content and all that stuff. We have games. We're launching games soon with like leaderboards, and you get to win stuff. I mean, we got a lot of cool shit coming. You're gonna like. We got some new content we're dropping soon. We'll be announcing that maybe next week. So stay tuned, y'all. This is fun. We will probably break down something awesome next week. I don't know what it's gonna be. If you have any ideas, put it in the chat. We take recommendations seriously. At least Pagan and Stephanie do. I don't really take
Yeah,
it.
we do.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
review
Yeah.
it.
they actually
Pretty
do.
Little Liars, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
hear
then
it,
I'm
right?
like,
Yeah, Pretty Little
no,
Liars.
not
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
No, hard no, pass. You guys could do a sub trailer talk.
Okay.
What is the other one?
Pretty Little
Winnie
Liars
the
edition.
Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, yes. There we
Blood
go.
and-
Yes.
Oh no.
That would be great, honestly.
That's like
yeah.
my worst nightmare. Like, no,
Yeah.
why?
Oh,
I
you
don't feel
can't
so
ruin
good,
Pooh.
Pooh Bear.
Oh no. Oh,
Yeah, who knows
shit.
what it's gonna
All
be?
right.
Friends, leave it in the comments
Yeah.
below.
You know what? We might just watch Wakanda Forever again because that's all the trailers.
We might actually force PJ to watch Wakanda Forever again.
Yes,
Just like, hey, PJ, you weren't here, so we're gonna make you watch Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
We know how he's
Not
gonna
another-
go
little
at Super
superhero.
Movie.
Not another
Virus.
goddamn superhero movie. What?
Yeah.
What's
No,
wrong with you? It's
he loves
Comic Con.
That's not superheroes. It's life.
does.
It's
He loves
cultural.
them.
It's a
loves
cultural movie. It's
I love.
Grumpy old PJ. He'll be
Grumpy
back next week. Get your grumpy PJ on. All right, guys. Thanks,
Until
Pagan.
then.
Thanks, Steph, for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
Until next time.
See you next time.
Bye bye.